Your standard 3% raise isn't a reward. It's a permanent mathematical pay cut.
You're actually working twice as hard right now just to fund your own replacement.
And the system is engineered so you won't notice until you've already lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
We are back, and the math is turning against you.
It really is the slow motion collision. I mean, you feel this every day, right? You're completely exhausted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are putting in 40, maybe 50 hours a week, and basic survival is still somehow accelerating away from you.
Yeah, look at housing, food, energy. They're surging. The true cost of living is up roughly 20%, but your paycheck crawls up by 3. You are mathematically bleeding out.
Listen, the narrative wants you to think this is a budgeting issue. Stop buying coffee, skip the avocado toast rate. It's a total lie.
It is. It's an unwinnable game because the architecture of traditional work is fundamentally broken. It actively extracts your capital.
And this is where it gets dangerous. Because people think, well, I'll just work harder. I'll pick up a second shift. I'll grind it out on the weekends.
Which is the worst instinct you could have right now. You cannot outwork a system designed to dilute your value, especially not with AI entering the market.
Right, let's talk about Daniel. He's the perfect example of this trap. Daniel is a senior marketing manager pulling in $90,000 a year.
By all traditional metrics, Daniel thinks he won the game. He's got the retirement account, the reliable car, the impressive title.
He spends weeks coordinating campaigns, writing creative briefs, analyzing data, and then his director discovers a new AI automation suite.
Right, a tool that costs the company maybe $20 a month, and it executes Daniel's entire weekly workflow in 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
Yeah, but this is not the worst part. The worst part is that Daniel doesn't get fired.
Exactly. Getting fired would almost be cleaner. Instead, his role is completely hollowed out from the inside.
The company keeps him, but they freeze his bonuses instantly. Because he now has a supercomputer doing the heavy lifting, his target metrics are quadrupled.
So now Daniel is terrified. He's burning the midnight oil, working weekends, just to justify his $90,000 salary against a piece of code that doesn't sleep.
While at the exact same time, that 90 grand is shrinking in real purchasing power because of inflation. He is running twice as fast, producing 4 times as much, and technically getting poorer.
Wait, I have to challenge this. If AI is driving the cost of producing all this work down to near zero, shouldn't things be getting cheaper for Daniel?
That is the ultimate paradox here. The assets Daniel desperately needs, housing, healthcare, energy, are tied to physical scarcity and are actively inflating.
But the thing Daniel sells, his cognitive labor, his ability to write briefs, is entering a state of hyperabundance because of AI. It's deflating rapidly.
He is caught in a vice. He didn't lose to a machine, he lost to another human who learned how to orchestrate the machine.
Right. Businesses are incentivized to eliminate human friction. AI doesn't need a dental plan, it doesn't unionize, it doesn't take sick days.
From a pure capital allocation standpoint, human labor is incredibly expensive compared to zero marginal cost software.
So if Daniel is trapped, we need to decode the specific mechanics keeping him there. Let's look at the first force extracting his wealth, which is monetary expansion.
Wait, monetary expansion sounds technical. What does that actually mean for a normal person?
Simple. It just means the government printing money to cover unpayable debt. Imagine it like taking an 8-slice pizza and cutting it into 100 paper-thin slivers. You hold your plate and feel like you have way more pieces, but the total amount of food is identical. Each slice is just worth much less.
So your bank account looks the same, but it buys a fraction of what it used to. It's a brilliant illusion.
Exactly. And while your money is being diluted, your earning potential is completely capped by the second mechanism, marginal revenue product.
Wait, marginal revenue product sounds technical. What does that actually mean for a normal person?
Simple. It just means the absolute maximum dollar value a worker creates for the boss. Imagine it like renting a car to drive for Uber. It absolutely does not matter if you drive flawlessly for 14 hours a day. Your earnings are mathematically capped by the rental fee and the platform's cut. The person who owns the asset captures the exponential upside.
Right. The owner keeps the massive profit margin, while the laborer just captures the flat, capped hourly rate.
And you are the one left holding the existential risk of layoffs. You take the risk, they keep the margin.
So you have capped upside and guaranteed inflation. How does anyone actually fight back against that, especially against AI?
Well, you don't build a massive server farm in your garage. You use the AI leverage gap. But to understand that, we need to look at the third concept, comparative advantage.
Wait, comparative advantage sounds technical. What does that actually mean for a normal person?
Simple. It just means being the least worst at the right thing. Imagine like a team where you are terrible at coding, but you are slightly less terrible at directing an AI to write code than doing it manually. You specialize entirely in managing the bot, not doing the raw labor.
You become a manager of digital workers. You coordinate the algorithm.
What happens next is where everything changes, because the difference between the traditional business and the modern AI operator is staggering.
Oh, it's night and day. Look at a traditional company trying to make $5 million. They need 50 employees, heavy supply chains, commercial office space.
The friction is massive. HR departments, middle management.
But then you look at the AI operator. One person using APIs to connect different software tools.
APIs are just digital waiters. You don't need to know how to cook the AI model in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You just send the waiter to grab the finished product and hand it to your customer.
Exactly. You connect a payment processor to a language model to an email service. This operator has 0 full-time staff and a global reach.
And their profit margins are 15%. They're 90%. One single person is operating as an entire agency.
Which forces a really uncomfortable choice for everyone listening right now. We are standing at a crossroads between two distinct paths.
Path 1 is the default. You stay stuck, you keep your head down, rely on Daniel's corporate ladder, and pray the macroeconomic weather improves.
Which means relying on a system carrying trillions in debt. In Path 1, people pray for political solutions. They want price controls.
Or they wait for universal basic income.
Yeah.
But historically, price controls just create massive, immediate shortages.
And relying on a state stipend leads to a reality where you own absolutely nothing, you rent everything, and you're fighting for shrinking resources.
Giving up your agency is not a strategy.
Yeah.
You'd have to look at Path 2. Aggressive adaptation.
Yes. Path 2 is making the fundamental identity shift from being a laborer to a capital allocator.
You start building automated services. Small, hyper-niche digital products that solve one specific problem.
You earn in strong currencies, and you keep your overhead practically at 0. You build a machine that works while you sleep.
Look, I have to be brutally honest about the behavioral side of this. Because the real barrier to Path 2 isn't whether you know how to write code.
No, it's not technical at all.
The actual barrier is your 5 p.m. to midnight window.
The evening routine.
Exactly. The modern economy is engineered to make you an exhausted consumer by 5 o'clock. You commute, you deal with quadrupled quotas, and you get home.
And your brain is screaming for dopamine. So you open a streaming app, you scroll social media, you buy things you don't need.
You trade your time, the only asset that can actually buy your freedom for cheap entertainment. A complete digital AI supply chain can literally be built in a single weekend right now.
But you have to ruthlessly audit your opportunity costs. You have to stop consuming and choose to be a builder.
That is the hardest pivot. The timeline here is aggressive too. The barrier to entry has never been lower. You just need a laptop and deep focus.
But that window of asymmetrical opportunity is slamming shut fast.
Because eventually, everyone will adapt. Or the massive corporations will consume all the open space.
Projections suggest that in roughly 36 months, the individuals who master these tools and secure their niche will be economically untouchable.
They will completely decouple their income from their physical labor.
And those who wait around for their employer to train them, they will end up in an even darker version of Daniel's trap.
The mandate is absolute. Take control of your leverage, build your digital assets, or the market will dictate your terms for you.
It's the ultimate wealth creation opportunity. But it does raise one final, truly profound question. If we look past that 36-month window, if AI eventually drives the cost of all digital creation, all automated services, and all cognitive labor to absolutely 0, what becomes the next truly scarce asset in the economy?
When digital abundance is the baseline, it's not special anymore.
Exactly. Does the premium shift entirely to authentic, in-person human connection? Will analog trust and physical presence become the ultimate luxury goods in a sea of synthetic content? While you are out there building your automated digital wealth today, ask yourself, what do you possess right now that an algorithm can never replicate tomorrow?
Subscribe to AI Market Mint. Don't let the future leave you behind. Start earning.